Hello, one and all, and welcome to Disney Dungeons and Dragons. I'm your Dungeon Master, August Schmidt, and with me, as always, this time of the week, we have our wonderful Disney elites. Say hello, everyone.
Hello.
Awesome. Again, for those watching, this is our Disney Dungeons and Dragons campaign. We don't own any of the properties. This is simply something we do for fun. And speaking of fun, what is more fun than death-defying situations? As last we saw our heroes, you all had started digging into the mysteries here in Sumani City, helping out again, clearing the cathedral of that evil, making your way and starting to research more into the lives and people here, specifically more about Cruella DeVille. Last we saw you all, you had made it into her private penthouse. Adam using a alter self to make yourself look like Cruella, the rest of you sneaking in, you all made it to this penthouse, which you can kind of see on this screen. You are all right now in different points of the room. Cadel, you were off to a bit of a kitchen area, right? You were checking out this, like, it's not a true dining room, as again, in most penthouses, food is brought up. Adam, you were in this master bedroom, which has this grand four poster and a lot of big empty space, right? It's very like Art Deco on the walls, columns built into the walls to like have this faux appearance of grand room, but all very empty, I'm gonna say. And Belle, you were checking out the main room, and under this big rug, what all of you had just barely started looking and all got, shall we say, rather poor investigation. It is that like you just started looking. Belle, as you pull up the rug, this etched circle in the floor, which what unfortunately looks like dried blood, something that has been put here. All of you hear, though, the elevator mechanism behind you start working. And you know that something is coming up the floors. This is where I will actually have everyone roll initiative, because a lot can happen before, because you guys have like escape routes, you have plans, but you have like time before something comes up and you don't know what's about to appear, so you could hide. There's a lot you could do. So once you have your initiative, go ahead and let me know what you get.
13.
Alrighty.
14.
14. Ooh.
Just to confirm, do I add anything else to my initiative or no?
No. Initiative should be a d20 plus that dexterity modifier for you.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Well, it still doesn't help. 5.
5. And fun fact, I rolled a natural 1. For whatever creatures in this, you know that they're going to be coming up. Here's what I will say, Belle, you know that in about 2 rounds, we'll say, like in that 12 seconds, the elevator doors will open at the end of 2 rounds. So you don't have a ton of time, but that is a lot that could happen, shall we say. So is there anything you would like to do? Because right now you've kind of moved the rug off, right? It's open. What would you like to do on your turn?
They can hear the elevator as well. I also just had a vision from last time.
Yes.
And I didn't realize we were in different rooms. So would I message you and just say, hey, had a vision, found something. What do I want to say? I'm just gonna message both of them and say, come in here, dried blood.
Awesome.
And then we can reconvene or reconcile at that point.
Awesome. So kind of like, hey, found dry blood, something, and all of you hear the elevator too, so it's that natural, like, okay, putting pieces together. Awesome. Belle, that's a good action, using the message spell. At which point, Adam, that will be your turn. So you're kind of around the corner in the penthouse, right? What would you like to do?
So I guess just to confirm and maybe remind, last time I sent you a message about bringing a sympathy chain.
Correct. Yes.
Okay. Cool. Just making sure that's still a thing.
Yes.
I'm not finding any of the stuff that I wanted in here. It's pretty empty, which does kind of that hits me as suspicious. But if Belle has found some other stuff that's kind of more, it's more interesting than an empty room. I'm gonna go out and I'm gonna go out to her.
Excellent. Which one? Because this room actually has two doorways. So you
Mhm.
know you came from the leftmost one, or excuse me, left pointing on my screen to like over in this way. And so you haven't gone out the right way, but you can assume by the layout it both wraps around back
Okay.
to the main room.
In that case, I would like to go the way that I haven't come yet, just to more familiarize myself with the room.
15, 20, 25. And so as you finish your movement, you step out and you see that there is a lot of chairs, like lounge chairs in this room, and what seems to be kind of like a low level stage with a microphone on it. Think like back in the 20s, 30s in different bars or establishments, like a bit of a like singer stage room that you've just entered in. And that was just your movement to get here.
Right. So for my action, just to kind of cover my bases, I think I'm going to cast Locate Creature. And just because we don't want, if it's Cruella DeVille coming up the elevator, that's going to cause some major issues. If it's not her, we can play it off and try to figure something else out. But I'm going to cast Locate Creature.
Excellent.
And I think I can name Cruella.
Yes, you can. Yeah, because you name the creature that's familiar to you. You've met her. You name Cruella. The divination kind of wafts downward, and you realize that whatever's coming up is not Cruella. So that's important to know. So whoever's coming upstairs isn't her, but it could be someone else. You're not sure yet. Awesome. Is there any other bonus action you want to do?
Let's see. I don't think there's any bonus actions I can do at this point. I don't want to beast, so
Excellent.
That'll be it for me.
Awesome. Cadel, that is then your turn.
Okay. So I was gonna prepare aid, but from what I look like, it's not really a spell I need to prepare. So I think I'll just move over close as I can. And just a quick question, would you consider Cato's armor as like something that looks like the kind of fashion stuff that Cruella would have in Penthouse?
That is an interesting question. What I would say is probably not immediately. Like there would still be that natural deception check, whereas you have that innate ability, right? If you just kind of stop, you look inanimate. But it doesn't fit the vibe. This is all very like nuanced art and like fun sculptures. Like there's no like yes, and a classic suit of armor. Like it might appear odd, so there might be some deception check necessary.
Okay. Well, I think I'll just make my way towards Belle anyway. But yeah, just being prepared. I'll probably just keeping close to the wall at least. So,
Yes.
yeah.
So you come up close to the wall because your movement, Cadel, kind of finishes in. Again, you're leaving this room. There's like those fancy red wine glasses on the counter. All these like different
I didn't really find anything.
This was a wine cabinet area that you didn't know what kind of liquids are these, but it's that like, listen, nothing here seems out of the ordinary upon a glance. Excellent. That makes the end of the first round. The elevator is now almost up. So what you know is at the end of this round, the elevator doors are going to open, if that makes sense. Belle, you are still in the main room. What would you like to do?
I think I'll hold my action to teleport us all out of there if we need to make a quick escape.
Excellent. So holding a teleport, awesome. I'll say that will be Adam. Okay, so Belle, you're holding a teleport. Adam, are you still moving?
Yes, I'm gonna still moving and still working my way back up. I am going to use my action in this turn to use alter self again to just kind of put back up the disguise.
You action, boom, alter self. Your movement, again, working through this long hall. Again, kind of seeing through. I'll actually kind of give you the, as it opens up, again, you can see most everything here. This seems to, again, just normal stage, simple sitting chairs, lights that could be dimmed, kind of vibe, right? This is like a guest room, is like your initial impression. Your alter self puts you there. You now look like Cruella. I'll actually throw that up. So that is Adam right now. And finally, Cadel. That is your turn now.
I mean, I don't want to metagame too much, but like how much of the wall from like where I'm at comes down at? Because I want to at least like keep Belle in sight, but I don't want to be like, oh, hey, here's this giant knight that's clunking around the corner, you know?
Right. To kind
Like,
of give it to you, if you're moving through, because you can go like 5, 10, and you see that this room, it's got like the sitting chairs around it, everything. And so if you were to try to get close to Belle, but not like be in the middle of the way, you could still move like down here, about right here, because then you kind of see that doorway, the hall that leads around where Adam's trying to walk through. Belle's still in view. That's where you could kind of get still like hugging the wall.
Okay. I think I'll stay right about there and just like, you know, just stay still and just like do like a classic knight pose or whatever as a suit of armor.
Kind of like hold the sword in, let your body just go limp.
Oh, you had a disguise.
Yeah.
You weren't looking like that. You didn't look like that.
Here we go.
Yeah. But also, how close does Belle have to be to us to like make the teleportation thing work?
I think with teleportation, you do have to touch. So right now it's a Belle is standing there, and like you both would still need to get a ways to be within that 5-foot radius for her to like reach out and grab.
Yeah.
Here we go. As this happens, Cadel, you move down. And that will make the end of the round. Again, as you guys are kind of moving into position, Adam casting this self, Belle holding a teleportation. And I think, Belle, are you still technically invisible?
I'm in disguise.
Right.
Like I have disguise self on, so I don't look like Belle, but
here we
I'm
go.
not invisible.
As the elevator, you see the woman walking out into the room seems to be Vanessa, the woman that was with Cruella.
Mm-hmm.
As she enters in, you see she kind of immediately does that like look of, oh, there are people here. Because what she knows is, I should have clarified sooner. Belle, have you moved the rug back yet?
Probably not, to be honest.
Probably not. And
Oh.
so it's the rug is off, like there's the suit of armor, and so she's not really looking at the suit of armor, Cadel. You see, like with that kind of passive perception, she looks through, and it's more the clocking, like there is a person here, there's the rug open, and so you see she's a little like confused. This woman then, as she appears, Vanessa Benson, at the end of the round, walks in, and you see she kind of just turns to everyone, or turns to you, Belle, and goes, "Excuse me?"
I might say the same about you.
What are you doing here? Who are you?
What are you doing here and who are you? And then I'm gonna call out Cruella, like, because I don't know that he's turned himself into Cruella, but
it's,
just kind of as a, hey, Cruella. So he's like, oh, bippity boppity boo.
Right. Excellent. Because yes, you see this woman, she doesn't really have an action again. Most of her action, everything was just getting upstairs. Turns Because she's like, excuse me. As this happens, we are back to the top. Belle, that is actually officially your turn. Is there anything you would like to do officially on your turn? Any movement, any actions, any bonus actions?
I'm just gonna keep holding my action. Kind of. I think I'll just keep holding for the teleport to make a quick escape if we need to.
Gotcha.
But I also want to make sure that I get a hold of both of these guys
Yes.
before we.
And so it's that natural, like, you're holding, it's that very subtle, like, one hand is holding the arcane focus in, like, the point of magic is right, so it's like, at a moment's notice, boom, you're gone.
Yeah.
Excellent. As that happens, Adam, that will make then your turn.
So I guess I've heard the elevator come out. I can kind of hear some of this conversation. I'm not going to run or dash or anything. I am just going to kind of casually walk around the corner.
15, 20, 25, 30. You come around the corner, easily in sight now. As you do so, you see Vanessa looks at you. Pure confusion is on her face. As you see, she stops and just, I'm sorry. I didn't expect you to be back so soon.
Yes, no, we got in earlier than expected. Remind me, did we have something scheduled for today?
You see her eyes are like narrowing, not in like suspicion, but in just, again, confusion of, no, because you said you would be gone almost a week.
Yes, plans changed. We're back now in Sumani. I see you've met my new helper.
Here's where this is gonna be an opposed deception now, against Vanessa. Let's see, her insight, is decent.
Oh, my deception is not my strong point. My perception is. Okay, come on, dice. Ooh, okay, that is a synth 20.
Oh,
That beats the synthetic 19 she rolled.
oh my gosh.
Oh my
I
gosh.
have a +1.
She had a +6. She rolled really
Oh my
well.
gosh.
You see,
Okay.
she stops because she goes, okay, I guess you're back. Is this one of your normal helpers or is this a special helper? This is not so much for you as Belle, because it's like if she believes you, she still doesn't know what to think of this disguised person or like whoever this is. So you see, she goes, "Who is this kind of person?"
So I'm assuming that if she's talking about, a special person, the bloody pentagram is visible on the floor under the rug.
Looks down, looks up.
She's a special helper.
You see, she goes, "Ah, well, I guess you just can't be satiated, can you?" As she kind of like gives you a look, but it's that, man, if I was inside this joke, I'm sure I know what that would mean, but you're not sure, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So she looks at you, Adam. It's still your turn. Is there any other action or bonus action you like to do? Because you could take action to keep like walking forward, or you could like try to hold something.
I guess without it being like I don't want to be like running, but if I'm able to take my action to just keep walking, then I'm gonna keep walking.
Yes, because it's like the dash, I think sometimes confuses people where it's like, oh yeah, you're just saying in your 6 seconds, I'm just gonna keep striding forward. Unless you were like also bonus action dashing, that would become suspicious of like, why are you really moving, right? So you take all your movement forward, kind of, and now you're officially in this room as well. With that happening, Adam, Cadel, you are standing there stock still. Like every bone in your body, pun intended, is just frozen in this position. What would you like to do right now?
Well, right now, I do not want to draw attention to myself. So I think it's just best if I just stay right there. And just a question for the group. Do we want to mostly focus on getting out, or do we want to take this person for questioning?
Um, the tricky part is that we can't reveal ourselves at all, because then that puts a lot of suspicion on us in general.
Okay.
So like, we can take this, get a bit of questioning and stuff right now, but I don't know that we can reveal who we are without major political backlash.
Okay, that is true. Okay, then as of right now, I am just going to hold action and just stay there for right now. Because so far, none of my spells, I believe, need to be prepared. So, yeah.
Awesome. Perfect, Cato. So, Cato, you are just kind of holding in, like, in case, just in case. As you finish this, here's what I will say. On Vanessa's turn, Adam, as well as with that chain, you're noticing she isn't doing anything about that.
Yeah.
So it is
Cool.
that kind of innate knowledge of, oh, thank goodness, I know what's about to happen.
Yeah,
Or like,
yeah. This was gonna go much differently if she was coming after that chain.
yes, that would have been a much different combat, probably. You
Yeah.
watch, though, as she sits here, you see, again, it's not that she doesn't believe you, Adam. It is that more natural, like, well, this is new. And she's trying to, like,
Right.
put together stuff. So you see she goes, well, then, I guess everything went well. And so I take it to mean he is dead.
Okay, let's see. Does anybody have a mind reading spell? I'm
I believe
there
that's
were
called
there were
meditating.
some there were some, I would say, complications, but we can say he's not going to be giving us any more trouble.
You see Vanessa goes, oh, thank the dark god. She is going to turn. As taking this, she's going to go 5, 10, 15, 30, 35, 40. You notice even on her movement, she moves fast. Or like, it's that natural, like, smooth flowing presence. She walks all the way to this lounge. And you see she is going to just kind of like sit atop. It's just that, like, go sit down. So it's not like prone, but, you know, in a sitting position. She goes, honestly, I was just getting sick of having to deal with them. They're all such annoying little mice of creatures. But one less loose end for us to have to untangle.
Of course.
She is going to then take, because that was just kind of her talking to you. She is going to do a different spell. Here we go. Yes, Belle, I need you to make me a wisdom saving throw.
$19.
Holy
19.
All right.
You have you have an amazing wisdom save.
Well done. Very successfully succeeding on this save. As whatever happens, doesn't, which is very helpful for you. As she was just gonna do something. You see, she goes, well, if that's taken care of and we don't have to worry anymore about dragons, what's the next big goal? Do we have to go convince anyone else?
Thinking we might. I have snow pretty well under my thumb, but some extra convincing might not hurt.
You see, Vanessa nods, just, she always was such a weak-willed woman. But we'll figure out what to do with her in time. You see, actually, Vanessa turns, looks at you, Belle, and kind of like snaps her fingers and goes, "You can make yourself useful. Bottle 75." And she's like kind of gesturing to you, Belle, and towards the kitchen, and I like, "Excuse me? Like, are you not going to serve us?" Like, that kind of vibe. Um, that does
I'm
make.
gonna I'm gonna cock an eyebrow at him. I'm just like,
Um, she's not that kind of staff that I've hired. Her abilities are a little bit more, shall we say, refined.
Interesting. Go ahead. This will be another deception based check, just because
Yeah.
you're working against not knowing what she's talking about in the first place. Jeez
Right.
Louise.
Oh gosh.
Oh my gosh!
Oh,
It's a
no.
natural 20.
Oh, okay. Oh, what
That
was
beats it. You see, Vanessa goes, "Oh, all right. Diversifying our portfolios. Very well, I'll do it myself." She is going to take a legendary action. And you watch as a bottle and glass zoom around into her hand, and one zooms around for you, Adam. And as it does so, the glass that appears uncorking, you realize as it does so, filling into your glass, a rather sickening smell comes from this. This is not wine. Adam, you have had fine wines, you've had fine drink. The rather bitter iron smell fills your nostrils. And with its consistency, you realize this may be blood she's pouring you. As you see, bottle flies back, just Vanessa kind of just raises it. It's not like she's asking you to drink. It's rather just like a, "Hey, we're here. Let's drink. We're friends." So you see, she goes, "Well, if we don't have to worry about snow and our scaled problems seem to be behind us, what else is there for us to do? Has the Great Dark One given us any further insight?" With this, though, I will say, Belle, it is now officially your turn. As Vanessa seems to be like getting ready for conversation, Belle, what would you like to do in this moment?
I will just make my way closer to Adam.
Okay.
Just kind of casually mid conversation, just I don't know you, so I'm going to come over to the people that I do know.
Yes, and so it doesn't look odd at all. It's that I'll come stand over here. Your movement actually gets you, within that 10-foot range, which looks acceptable, shall we say. It's that, oh yeah, this looks normal. You go stand here. You can keep holding the teleport if you want.
Mm-hmm.
As this happens, Adam, then that's your turn. So Vanessa has prompted this question. What would you like to do in response or any actions?
I'm definitely not drinking this.
Gotcha.
I am, because if we're gonna need to make a getaway at some point here, I am going to hold on to I'm going to make sure I have a good hole in the glass, though. I don't have any other. I don't have like a detect thought spell type thing that I wanted to use.
Okay.
I'm going to say no news yet from His Greatness. It seems that I took things a little too quickly. Should get some message tonight.
You see, she goes, "Well, then in which case we actually have a moment to have fun." Wonderful. As she takes a sip, here's what I will let you know, Adam. Of course, you're not drinking. This is actually a fun thing, not only in D&D, but in real life. The longer you don't drink, though, the more and more deception or, like, sleight of hand checks you might have to make, and the
Right.
harder it will become. Because it's that, like, again, she doesn't expect you to drink, but if you go on too long and, like, she's had a glass and, like, you're still topped, it looks suspicious. So, just letting you know, nothing will happen now. That will start occurring later.
Right.
So you see, though, as you're holding this glass, as you're talking, you see she goes, well, we can figure out then what we want to have fun with. If you like, we could call up and have a bit of a show tonight.
That would be exciting.
She goes, yes, we haven't had one since those pesky brats, the Imagineers, broke into our Magencia home.
Oh, yes. Do we know where they are? That could be fun to repay some of them.
You see, she kind of looks at you and just, well, we'll still work on it. Spies are everywhere. I'd assume you would be the first to know.
Of course, I was hoping you would have some other information. My spies haven't returned anything.
You see, she
Last I
looks,
heard, they were in the underworld.
she does look a little confused. As you see, she kind of takes this information, just, well, that's not why you pay me to be here, but I suppose I could look for people if you want me to.
No, not you. You have your own spies and your own work that your own people and connections.
Here's what we'll do. This will be a deception check, but she's rolling with disadvantage. There's enough that prompt this, but you're going really smooth. This is like a low level, like, something didn't add up, but it's not bad.
Right.
So she rolls at disadvantage. Okay, that's pretty bad. Yeah.
Okay. Mine was also bad. I got a 10.
Ooh, interesting. You see, though, she doesn't really respond to this, though, Adam. There's nothing in her immediate, like, she doesn't jump up and go, aha. She kind of takes this information, looking through, in which I will say, Adam, at the end of your turn, Cadel, that is now your turn.
Can I do an insight check on her? And well, just like anything in general, because it's just like, I'm assuming I'm able to like look out of my peripherals and like understand what's in the glasses, yeah?
Yes, you are. It's easy enough, like, like, just the eyes, the helmet stays in place, but your eyesight goes. So go ahead and make me that insight if you want to kind of, like, get a bead on her, shall we say.
That's a 3.
A 3. It's hard to tell. You're like, hey, anyone can tell it's blood. Like, Belle, even you walking forward now is going, oh, that smells awful. But it's realizing, like, okay, she's drinking blood, but it's hard to get a read because as far as you can see, Cadel, this looks to be a completely normal human. Like, there's nothing strange with her right now. She's not in any way, shape, or form weird.
Because it's daytime at this point, yeah?
Yes.
Okay, because I was wondering if she probably was a vampire, but since you said that she actually kind of looks normal, then okay.
Yeah, it's that, like, okay, no fangs, it's daytime. I will say, Cadel, on that natural wondering, you do look, the penthouse windows do seem to be slightly tinted, but not in a way that would prevent all light, if that makes sense. But there is a tint to them. But on a 3 insight, it's hard to get a read on her. As you do this, Cadel, I will say then, at the end of your turn, that makes Vanessa's turn. I do need Adam. Can you now make me a wisdom saving throw?
Okay. That is a 28.
Ooh!
Wisdom is what I am good at.
I will say, well done. That probably really helps you right now. As it's probably a good thing to succeed. Not just in the sense of, oh, something didn't happen, but, oh, something didn't happen and it shouldn't have.
Mhm.
You see, as she talks, Vanessa's looking at you, kind of taking this. You see, she goes, "Well, we can call up the usual people, have a show prepped by about 7 o'clock tonight. I hear that if we're lucky, we might even get a lizard folk."
Ooh, yes. Something a little bit more extravagant would be nice.
Yes, I know. You've been wanting only the finest exotica. You've had your eyes set on that beast, haven't you?
Yes. I'm remembering Bell's vision as well, and a few things for him are kind of clicking some more now. I'm like, yes, still making plans on how to get him.
You know, I offer this every time. We kidnap that woman he's with, and then it's easy. He'll draw himself out, falling on the sword for her, and then we have a free coat to wear.
So I'm protecting you.
Oh my God.
Yes, there's something about kidnapping people. It just doesn't feel quite as classy as I would like it. I enjoy the hunt more.
You see, she laughs at this. I know you do. Oh, you see, she kind of like laughs it off, just that, like, oh, why haven't we hunted? Maybe that's what we do tonight. It's been
Maybe.
so long. Listen. I heard that a bunch of people are coming into port tonight, coming from one of those refugee countries. Let's make it prey. Find the prettiest one and hunt.
Yes. I do like that.
You see, her eyes seem to like flicker, like rippling effect of the normal brown they are seem to have almost a purplish tint ripple across. But she goes, "Excellent. Oh, it's been so long. I
Yes.
cannot wait."
Yes, it has. What have you been up to since I've been gone? Besides,
As you prompt this question, ending Vanessa's turn as she tried something. Belle, this is now officially again your turn.
I do want to detect thoughts at this point as discreetly as possible. I want to know what she means by hunt. I want to know what she's talking about.
Heck yeah.
A little bit over here.
So she has to make a wisdom save. How ironic. Oh, I love this. Here we go. So she's gonna make a wisdom save against your DC, which right now is insanely high.
Yeah.
You feel she passes. On this first one, like, because you can do it again. Fun fact with detect dots, there's actually no way if you fail to know what happened. It's a meta thing we do in D&D of, oh no, I just made a check and nothing happened, what's going on? But like, it is helpful, Belle. She's in no way then like on guard. It just didn't work, you feel. You cast detect thoughts. Something is shielding her mind, whether her own will. At which point, Belle, you kind of hear, Adam, can you repeat the last question you told her?
yes. So tell me, what have you been up to since I've been gone?
Belle, you start casting. You see Vanessa talking while you cast. Just goes, oh, just what I've been told to do. I keep tabs. I make sure heroes move in and out of the city as fast as they can, and no one sticks. You see actually her hand, one holding the glass, the other one kind of like a purplish lightning crackles back and forth across her fingertips. You see, she goes, I did have a lot of fun with, oh gosh, what was that beast's name? The blue one with the purple dots. Oh, well, not the normal brats. What do they call themselves? The mini brats with their ship. They were here, of course, in town after the flood, and, well, they didn't seem like they would leave, so I made sure to kill off the big one, and They all fled to go chase Jones across the seas. Rather fun work on my part, making sure someone dies.
Hmm. As Adam's just trying to stay in character and stuff, but like, yes, good work. And he's trying to remember. So, oh, shoot, sorry, I forgot his name. That's Nick. Nick did tell me that they did lose somebody, but he didn't mention who or how.
Yes.
That's
You're
a note
seeing
you can send to him.
Vanessa is making this sound like it was an accident. You know, the inflection, passive insight of this was her work. And so it's enough to put those pieces together of, oh, did she like do something sneaky to get them out of the city kind of vibe? So you see, she goes, yes, but you know, it's simple child's play. Beyond that, I've just been having a ball sitting here. Excuse me. You see, she takes another step. At which point, Adam, it is now back to the top of your turn. I would now need you to make me your choice, either a deception or sleight of hand. The DCs aren't too high right now, but it's however you want to like get rid of the wine blood or like make it disappear kind of vibe.
Let's do a deception. That'll
Okay.
be better.
Excellent.
That is a 14.
14. You kind of raise the cup to your lips, bring it away, to which, of course, anyone watching would go, ew, what did he just drink? But nothing passed through. You raise it. Adam, it is now your official turn. As your turn begins, what would you like to do? Any actions, movement, bonus action?
I do want to move a little bit closer to Cadle, just kind of as a meander way towards the wall. That way, if we need to get out, then Belle can jump in between us and teleport us quick.
Clever. So this way you're close to the wall, but Belle can run in between or just move in between and gone. Clever. So you kind of meander forward. As you do so, how would you like the conversation to continue?
So I'm kind of thinking that let's see. She's not being forthcoming with a lot of specific information. I do want to kind of get, I don't know, what do you guys, I don't know, am I allowed to meta with the party and
A
say what
little
else?
bit. This is all of your encounters, so if you want to do that, like, are we trying this? Are we not? You can ask that.
Yeah, because I could try to make an excuse to get out unsuspectingly, or I could try to get some more information out of her. Just not quite sure what information we would want. I don't know, because we know that Cruella is out trying to kill someone. And we know that Vanessa is here keeping heroes in and out of the city.
And so from what I'm understanding too, she probably could have been the one that caused the tsunami wave, or at least helped with it.
Or at least some kind of help with it.
Because it's just like, we're just assuming that like she killed someone, but that doesn't mean like, because you know it was making it seem like, oh, it was an accident, so she probably just maybe like pushed the guy off to like, you know, into the wave, killing him, because of course that thing's gonna kill him.
Mm-hmm.
But and you know, she was talking about someone else that was like either working with her and is out of the way. So there was, like, I'm just thinking back to the dinner night whenever Frollo kind of like ruined the party.
Mm-hmm.
Is it possible that I mean, of course, not everyone on that side of the table where like Cruella was at was like obviously like, bad, because Cusco, Mulan, and Shang were on that side of the table, if I'm not mistaken. So
Yeah.
could have been like talking about the by and large guy, or was Skinner on that side of the table?
Skinner was, yeah.
Okay. Do we remember who else was there on that side?
Not without history checks kind of vibe at this point. It's
Okay.
not like, okay, who is she sitting
Right.
by?
We definitely got stuff from the by and large guy. Oh, let me look through my notes quick and see what his name was again. Totavilius.
That
So
actually
that-
do a. Oh, sorry.
Oh no, so then do we make a gamble then and see if she can tell us anything about Totavilius? He was the other kind of demon person that he was the by and large guy.
Mhm.
So we could make a gamble and very quickly either learn whether or not we guessed right.
Jeez.
Maybe we just go for it.
I mean,
Yeah.
we're getting closer to each other, so it's.
If we need to, we can jump out. Okay. Yeah, let's go for it then. Okay. So I'm gonna just, as I kind of meander forward and kind of swirl my blood, I'm gonna ask if you had any word from Totavilius recently.
You see that her eyebrow raises and goes, any word sooner than you would have gotten? Wasn't he part of this grand assassination?
Yes, of course he was. We got separated a little bit and was wondering if he might have reached out to you.
Excellent. She's gonna make a quick insight.
Yep.
That was a natural one. You're fine. You're fine. Again, this seems odd, but she's like, hey, I guess this is how the conversation's going. But yes, she goes, nothing that I've heard. I mean, isn't he still outfitting the armies?
Yes. Army. Sorry, I'm taking notes quick.
Yes.
Yes, he's still out doing his thing.
Here's what I'll say. Cadel, it is your turn now. What would you like to do?
Oh gosh.
I can hold off.
I do have a question. Do hold actions stack on each other?
They do not, unfortunately. It's kind of like with Belle's teleportation. It'll still need to wait till Belle's next turn to hold it again because she did a tic tac. So once you have a held action, it's that action, and on your next turn, it's do you still do this or do you start doing something else?
Okay, I was just wondering, if something was going to go down, how many actions I would have.
No, it's only one held action because it's kind of like in a fight, I'm either gonna hit something or I'm gonna run kind of vibe.
Okay. I guess I could try again, with perceptions and just insights.
Okay.
Just to get more of a read on her, because me as a player, I can tell she's probably a rogue kind of character, just how fast she was moving around.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. It's a. That is a 15.
15. You are looking at her.
That's insight, sorry.
Insight. On an insight, you're realizing that whatever this woman creature is, seems dangerous, right? It's very obvious, this isn't her normal form, shall we say? From the eyes to the glass, she may be in some form of a disguise herself, but this is a disguise that like seems to be put on regularly, shall we say. On a 15 insight, that's kind of that bronze level information of like what's there. So it's you're realizing she's not who she says she is. But what you also realize in Cadel is that whatever it is, it's something that she still is supposed to keep this form, shall we say. Is she keeps this form. If she is still in this form around Cruella, it's because she wants to. Not that she has to, if that makes sense. That's your turn. Yes.
Just as a toss in, Cato, would your divine sense? I guess maybe not your divine sense, or I'm not sure if that would give anything else, but
divine sense.
I did divine sense in the party, but I could do
Right.
it again. I didn't sense anything at the time, so I could do that one more time.
I thought you sensed Totabilius.
Yes.
I think Totabilius.
Oh, but you didn't sense anything on her, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
And
She
Cruella was some undead entity.
Cruella is somehow undead, but this woman was not celestial fiend or undead. It's that like, okay, she's not any of those categories. But Cadel, on that 15 insight, it's that she's not any of those, but she's also not human. I mean, nothing human's gonna drink blood, eyes will flash purple, lightning crackles in the finger. Like, that's not normal. Here's what I will say.
And vampires are technically undead, yeah?
On what?
Vampires are technically undead, yeah?
Yeah, technically.
Okay, all right. I just wanted to clarify because it's like I would have sensed that a long time ago. Yeah.
On her?
But yeah, on her, yeah.
Yes, it would have been the undead presence on Vanessa when you first at the party went, oh, it's hard to mask that, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Here's what I will say. On Vanessa's turn, she does stand, and you watch as she kind of walks a little bit towards the rug circle, like not onto it. You see, sitting there, she goes, well, if people got interrupted, I guess we truly are waiting then. Right.
Yes.
Shall I ring for some food? You see, she goes, shall I ring for some food or? All right.
Yes, let's get some food. That would be nice.
She
A journey.
flicks her finger. Lightning hits the bell. You know that you guys saw, one of those like servant waiter bells. You watch as it and it hits, the ringing travels downward. So you know someone will be coming up soon now.
Mm-hmm.
As she does so, she does turn to you. And Adam, as she looks at you, she goes, but tell me, if all we have to do now is wait, and if this was such an easy hit, how are you back so soon? Wouldn't you like to go peruse your other endeavors? This seems to be not like a trying to catch you in a lie. This may be a genuine, like, it doesn't add up for her. Like, if you really were back so soon, like, shouldn't you fill the time kind of vibe? And so she asks that to you. Belle, it is your turn though, before Adam, you can choose not to respond, because Belle, you can take your turn before if that's what you want to do.
I'm gonna like kind of play up a little, like, I don't know, something's going on. And I'm gonna quickly walk over to Cruella and just louden, like, I'm gonna kind of glance at Vanessa, like, I don't totally trust you because I don't know you. But I'm going to just kind of come up to Cruella and whisper just loud enough so that Vanessa maybe catches a couple of words and just say, my contact has messaged me. We must leave now.
Hey.
Interesting.
And that's where you can say, "Oh, I picked her up, and that's why we're back so soon."
Hey, I like
Yeah.
So Belle, almost that interruption before even Adam can think. It's you're walking forward, whispering in. Excellent. You can do that. Here's what I will say. Go ahead, Adam. Then on your turn, what would you like to do?
So with her kind of whispering that to me, I guess, are you prepping a teleport or something?
Okay.
With that, I'm gonna say, well, she's a rather special one, and it seems that I need to go take care of some matters elsewhere. Please forgive me. I will return this evening.
You
then-
see.
That's cute for you to.
Do you grab everyone?
I do.
Awesome. We're gonna do one last. This is Belle's deception now. As Belle, you are doing something that is going to make her very suspicious, shall we say. So this is going to be an opposed deception to insight. So you roll your deception. Oh my. She did roll a slightly higher insight than she has been normally rolling.
Did you use these earlier? No. She rolled really good portent rolls, just a heads up.
All right. What did you get?
Should I roll against her?
Up to you.
I'm just gonna roll.
Okay.
I won't use the person. Ooh, okay. What was that again? Deception?
Yes.
So it's 21.
One away.
Oh.
As in, she rolled a 16, making hers a synthetic 22.
Oh, no.
Not enough to immediately do, but Belle, as you reach out to teleport, she notices this. She is going to use a reactionary counter spell. She does have to roll, as teleport is a higher level. She doesn't have it at a higher level. But she succeeds as you boom, boom, and all of you feel the teleportation start to work, and then you are all here.
Is it a curse? Is it a curse?
No, this is a counter spell, just to stop a spell. Yeah. But you realize that as she does so, she kind of stops. Just, are you not going to take the normal way? She kind of gestures to the circle at her feet, as let alone it was enough because Belle, unfortunately, trying to teleport, not using the door, so to speak, looks suspicious to her. Her eyes narrow. Adam,
Yeah, there we go.
that is the end of your turn. Oh, excuse me. Adam, can you now make me either a deception or sleight of hand for the drink?
Yeah, here's another deception. Eek, okay. If that doesn't fail, I'm not sure what will. That's a 6.
The DC was 10 because it was rising in increments of 5, 10. You see Vanessa look just,
Jig is up.
you haven't touched your drink. At which point, the jig may be up, Adam.
Yeah,
At the end of your turn,
jig's up.
Cadel, you will actually get to go before her turn, thankfully, I guess we should say. So, Cadel, you see, as Belle subtly, because Belle, you don't want to make it obvious, and I'm taking the armor with me. But as she, touches, you feel the teleportation not work. This happens. Cadel, what would you like to do?
I'm just going to look at her so offended, excuse me.
Oh, God.
In response to her, just to backtrack a little bit, in response to her, aren't you going to take the normal way? I'm going to say, I have a slightly different contact than you do, apparently.
She looks very suspicious now. It's that what?
Yeah, that wasn't helpful.
It's you tried to.
It's already at.
It's you guys got way farther than I thought you would, to be honest.
Oh, same.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, oh my gosh. Oh.
I rolled like 3 19s and a natural 20.
Right? I'm like, good heavens. Cadel, what would you like to do?
Oh gosh, it is very tempting to just because once again talking with you, figuring out about some of my Oathbreaker Paladin kind of skills.
Yeah.
It's tempting to do Dreadful Aspect on her, which just
Ooh.
causes her to be frightened. But I don't think that's a good idea, you know what I mean? Because I mean, it's already going to be suspicious that, like, you know, we're teleporting out of there anyway.
Yeah, so it's not like, oh no, do I do more?
And I still don't feel comfortable moving at this point. But like, I think like just as long as like my hands are on my sword and I'm two-handing this sword, so if anything happens, swipe.
Yes, you can hold an action too. If she comes up, I can just attack her. That's perfectly fine. Cadel, this is going to be Vanessa's turn then. So you're holding this action. Here comes she actually no, she's definitely gonna do this. Because she is going to like survey, because now she's starting to realize like, why are you there? What's going on? She does notice the armor, not in a bad way. It's the like, what's going on? As this happens, oh, she could. Yeah, we'll try this. Here we go. Belle, I need you to make me a wisdom saving throw.
No, I knew that was going to happen.
Oof.
My divination-ness worked in real life, and I saw it before I rolled it, and I got a natural one.
1 plus 9 is a 10, though.
On a 10. She looks at you, Belle, goes, what kind of special servant are you? Belle, you feel your mind trap in on itself. And Belle, you suddenly realize you are in your own mind as if you were watching a play. You see yourself, Adam, as Belle and Cadel, or Adam and Cadel, Belle's arms kind of like fall limp, eyes glass over.
Is that a curse?
No, unfortunately, this is a charm.
It's a charm. Wait. Hold on.
Oh, Belle, you might get to add to the wisdom saving throw if Cadel's aura of protection's nearby. I'm not sure though. Aura of protection. Cadel. Oh yes, Belle, you are close enough to Cadel. You can add in Cadel's charisma modifier, which I think is a 3. No, it's still not enough.
Yeah.
Wait. Let me look at my charisma.
Yeah.
Considering how high.
Does my saving throw charisma apply to this though?
No, this is just like it helps Belle. So like Belle, instead of a 10, you got a 13. But 13 is still below the DC needed. At which point, Belle, you feel something in your mind as you hear her voice in your head just, oh, you're not who you say you are. As she has this, let's see, Belle, she's going to give you a bit of a request, so to speak. And she's gonna, you see, she is commanding you to drop all disguises. Let's see, when do you, only when, and so, shoot, this was a good thing she did. Cadel, Adam, on Belle's turn, you watch as the disguise melts away. Belle, you're watching yourself
Can
do.
can I do a reaction protection from good and evil?
No, because you were already holding your action to attack.
Damn it. Oh, Frank, I'm sorry.
Belle, boom,
You're fine.
you are back in your normal form as Vanessa's eyes completely widen in joy. You see, she goes, "Oh, I see you invited yourselves in." At which point, she is now going to take, at the end of Belle's turn, a legendary action against all of you. I need all of you to make me a dexterity saving throw. Everyone does add +3 with Cato's Aura of Protection,
Yay.
but that's still going to be.
Come on. Why am I rolling so low?
I must have used all of my good rolls as well. That is a 3.
Oh, jeez Louise.
I got a 17.
That is an 8. I also got an 8.
8. Belle, you are the only person to succeed, which may or may not help you. I'll explain later. All of you feel, Adam, you take 33 points of acid damage.
Oh, okay.
Cadel, you take 33 points of acid damage. As it's not so much as she was aiming at you. This is a 20-foot area she has centered on Belle. Belle, you only take 16 points of damage. And due to this happening, you can now make me another wisdom saving throw. But it would have been better to fail because taking more damage would make it easier to break through. But it helps just taking damage in the first place.
Right, because now you can add Cato's +3.
Yeah, so you have a better chance of succeeding now.
So what am I rolling? Sorry.
Wisdom saving throw.
14 +9 +3 16 and 26.
26.
Belle, you feel your eyes boom, arcane blue. You snap back into your own body. The charm is gone. That was a big old spell she had to use, though. Dang. Belle, as you realize this at the end of your turn, Adam, that makes your turn. You see this woman's face is like bubbling with arcane magic, and under the skin, it almost seems to move. What would you like to do?
Okay, 1 second, let me check alter. I mean, she already knows. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see. So I think my first kind of goal here is to get out of dodge.
Right.
Oh,
and if you want to make me a concentration check for alter self, just to see if it's
oh, right, yeah, I needed to do that.
See,
That was a
33
concentration.
half, 16. Yeah, so.
That's a 10. So
Missing DC. Phew. Adam is Adam again. But again, she kind of already realized that. It would have been helpful, but.
She knew this is fine.
This is fine.
So, okay, remind me again, just tactical wise, Cato, your Pegasus was outside, kind of able to come in should we need it, right?
Yeah. He should, yeah. I hope the penthouse window doesn't have to be open for him to just bust in. I mean, we did bust in through the cathedral window, so that should be no problem.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna try to buy us time then. I'm gonna cast Wall of Stone.
Ooh.
So I can make 10 foot by 10 foot by 10 foot panels. And I just want to make just a foot of stone completely surrounding Vanessa on all 5 sides. I just want to put her in a box quick.
Put her in a box. Get in there. Heck yeah. You guys watch as Adam boom, boom, boom. That's the worst box I've ever made. But you
It's a stressful situation. It's okay.
Yeah.
You just slam again, double reinforcing this as best you can.
Yes.
All of this goes through. She is trapped in this box, and immediately you hear something going on, but you're not sure what. Excellent wall of stone from Adam. Any other bonus action or movement?
I guess I can't hold movement or anything. I just kind of want to get in a position where we can either teleport away with Belle or we can hop on Pegasus with Cadel.
Excellent.
So I'm just going to stay in this vicinity.
Awesome. We're going to zoom in on you guys now that we are officially into an encounter here. You zoom in. Cadel, that makes your turn. Cadel, you know Philip is somewhere outside, but you don't know how soon he'll get here. If you want, you could move to the window and like look for him, call for him. It might help him get sooner because you don't know when Pegasus Philip will arrive.
Okay. And how tall was that wall?
The wall is 10 feet tall.
10 feet.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
sorry. I interrupted. My wall of stone was 10 feet tall.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure. Then, yeah. Okay. Because I was gonna just screw it, use dreadful aspect on her while she's in that wall. But since it's only for creatures that can see me, and she can't see me right now, so
Yes.
yeah. I'll just move towards the windows. Yeah.
Awesome.
And just like fill up.
Phil, you 5, 10, 15, 20. You move towards Philip. You immediately looking out, passive perception. You're not seeing Philip anywhere immediately close by. But you don't know if that's like because he's still circling or if he's somewhere else. Here we go. Cadel, at the end of your turn, again, you moving forward, calling out to Philip, trying to get him as fast as you can. That will make Vanessa's turn. Should she? Yeah, she should. You watch as Adam, the stone around seems to break apart as something large pushes their way through.
Okay.
You all watch as this enormous figure erupts from visage immediately fading. This giant tentacled woman, hair appearing, erupts from the stone. Simply that what's terrifying is that was just kind of a like let loose her disguise. That's not even her action. As boom, this giant octopine mind flayer woman appears. Looking at you all, she goes, "Oh, this shall be so much fun." You realize around her neck is a ring on a chain. Adam, this is the same ring that you didn't give to or that Thumbelina gave you.
Mm-hmm.
And so you're like, oh, I think I know this ring. But you suddenly go, wait, I know that ring. I still have that ring. As something now seems a little off, and it's not the blood in your glass. As she does this, she is going to now make some attacks. She actually, she can reach you from there. Adam, Belle, she's going to move a little bit closer to get Cadel as well. All of you three, I need you to make intelligence saving throws. Not your normal strength based.
Since 20.
Ooh, good stuff.
15.
Ooh.
I also got a 15.
Yo, DC 15. It's not bad to escape this. All of you take 18 points of damage. As you realize as these whip around, they're trying to latch onto you, but whereas like, oh, normal tentacles use strength, this is like her mind, her literal intelligence is trying to trap you here. But all of you poof, break free of these tentacles, but all of you take that damage. And Adam, you are now looking really badly hurt after that
Yeah.
acid. Oh, and at the end of her turn, this is only a one-time thing. Adam and Cadel, you're about to take the rest of this acid damage from the vitriolic spear earlier. Adam, you take another 14 points of damage. Cadel, you also take another 14. Interesting. As the acid, that corrosive into the metal and armor and leather you're all wearing. But that effect is now gone. It doesn't stay, thankfully, which would be wild, really. As she does this, you see she starts cackling. She just like, yes, heroes, let's have fun together. Belle, that is now your turn.
Okay, so quick question. When she counterspelled my teleport, did I lose that spell slot?
Yes.
Okay.
Because it was a full, like, she succeeded in it. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Just making sure so that I'm
Yes.
keeping track of my spells. Crack. Hmm.
I'm going to be trying to fly you out.
Okay.
That's just
I'm gonna hold my action because I literally don't know what to do right now.
That's fair.
All of
What-
my good stuff is gone.
What would you like to hold your action for? Because you could hold a specific spell or attack, right? Like you could say, like, hey, depending on what happens, I want to blank.
Is there anything big in the room? Like bigger than her?
Bigger than her. Yeah.
Or
What you
You could
know.
wrap her in the rug.
Move Candle over a little bit to give you a full view. Right now in the room, there's not much. There's like the couch, which is kind of big, like some of these chairs and table. The rug is actually bigger than her. It's this big rug because you had to like pull it off to the side, Bell. But that's about it.
okay. No, like pillars or anything that I could.
No, unfortunately, kind of like with Adam, most of the pillars or stuff, it's like art. They're not real pillars. They're just like decoration, like kind of cheap plaster on the wall, but obviously not cheap. It's just made to look like it.
Actually, I'm gonna try reducing her and making her smaller.
Ooh, all right.
Let's try making you small, big
All
octopus person.
She is going to make a Constitution saving throw, as she would no longer be big. Here we go. That was one failure. I'll let you know she does have a magic resistance, so she tries again, being this innately magical creature. She already failed once, though, on a 11. Go.
What?
What's your spell save DC? Isn't it 18 or 19 now?
18.
On a synthetic 17, she fails. Oh my gosh. You watch as this giant tentacled woman, boom, now looking still a little large, but much more manageable, shall we say, has now zoomed down into this more normal figure. You see, she looks at this, she goes like, oh, how rude of you. And Belle, at the end of your turn, she's going to take a legendary action.
Okay.
She already used her big one. And she hasn't yet moved that. So she's just gonna do this. All right. Belle, she is going to oh, she makes a range attack. Excuse me. This isn't a save. And that will hit. Belle, you take 9 points of acid damage as one of these tentacles kind of like whips acid around and hurls it through your shoulder, and you feel as it burns into your skin, it lingers, and you know you're going to take more damage later. Oh, excuse me. At the end of your turn. I'm so sorry. Belle, you'll take this damage now with this legendary action. Another 5 damage. So, Belle, you are now at 50 hit points. As the acid burns itself away, again, it doesn't stay, thankfully. She doesn't have the kind of stuff to keep that yet. Adam, that makes your turn now.
Okay, here we go. So there are a few things I want to do, and I think I can do them. So I'm going to cast Reverse Gravity
Hey.
to catch, or I guess, how tall is this room?
This room is about 30 feet tall. Again, beautiful glass like ceiling, but it is pretty tall.
Glass is fine too. Okay, yeah, so I'm just going to cast Reverse Gravity. I want to, let's see, it's a 50-foot radius, but I don't want to catch Cadle.
Right.
I can reaction back up. So.
Well, I just don't want to catch Cadle. It'll be fine.
Just to be safe, yeah. Just so that it's like, even if you back up, it's like, but if you're still somewhere nearby, I get that.
Yeah. I do kind of want to get us though.
Oh, interesting. So
I'm gonna bonus action Beast, grab Belle, and then fly out towards Cadle.
Here we go. So 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Dear Lord.
Huge.
It is a huge circle. And you can literally position it just in front of Cadle, and it will hit all of you. Reverse gravity. All creatures that aren't anchored to the ground. She's not anchored right now. She would have had to have taken that with her tentacles. A creature can make a dex save to grab onto a fixed object. You want to know a fun fact? There's no fixed objects in either of your reaches. This is, again, that's what you get for buying a upscale fancy home with no real architecture.
Yeah.
Such a
and
ceiling.
We're kind of off the carpet, so
yes. Oh my gosh. Here we go. She's gonna make a dexterity save then. Oh my gosh. Would you believe she has just 40 in dexterity, or would you not? Because she's a giant tentacle monster. She's Louise. Yeah. Oh, she's fallen. Gravity reverses. Here we go. It's a 30-foot drop. That's going to be 3d6. And as she's falling, fun fact, glass isn't permanent. Meaning if the glass takes its full damage worth, the damage threshold, it breaks. Cadle, you discover that again when crashing through. You might send her out the window. Here we go. Rolling, adding these up. I've never rolled better on d6s. That was 2 5s and a 6. 16. Oh. 16. Beating the damage threshold of 15 that glass normally has. She disappears through the skylight, and the carpet actually like blocks most of the hole. So it like, as the carpet doesn't have a lot of mass to it, she is gone through the roof. Adam and Belle, you though quickly realize the ground is fast approaching, or the ceiling as well.
Mm-hmm. So then for my bonus action, I would like to wild shape into the beast.
Excellent.
And
Adam, gone as the beast form appears. Excellent.
And then is that an object interaction or some other way that I can kind of get Belle, like kind of hold on to Belle and move and fly us?
That is, yes. If you were to like, well, I mean, you're already a large creature. Belle, you can choose to fail and just say, yeah, I'll put Belle on your back, boom, and you are flying.
I rolled just for fun. It was a 24 strength check, but
Yikes. Belle, you had no choice. He was putting you on your back. But yes, Belle, boom, you are on Adam's back successfully. The cup of blood falls to the ground, completely forgotten.
So when I wild shape, I can choose to have equipment kind of meld into my form. Can I target the glass as well? Because I am curious to get if there's any fingerprints or any other type of stuff that we can pull off of that.
Yes,
we
you
need
can.
Some kind of.
The glass melts into your palm to save for later, which sounds horrible. And not a drop is spilt. You got this, and Belle's on your back. As this creature, she is going to finish her flying at the end of her turn because she is just going up for how many cylinders? 100 feet?
It's 100 feet.
Jeez Louise. Gosh. Woo! She's gone. 70 more feet will eventually.
Let's get out.
You and Belle immediately fly over towards the window. Here we go. As you guys, the window, like Cadel had that kind of ready, shall we say? So it's not even having to break through. You guys can basically just both hop through and just start flying. Cadel, you're just there because it's you gotta wait till you have your steed. But
well, how close is Philip though?
Oh, here's what I'll say. Adam, you know that Philip is immediately heading towards the window. Now that you guys are outside, Philip was like up behind the other. Unfortunately, random rolling, he wasn't close when this encounter started. But Philip is close by. If he dashes, Philip will get to Cadel on Cadel's turn.
Okay.
So it's like you won't be able to immediately move, but Philip will land, and Cadel on your turn, you can like mount, but that's your turn.
Because I was wondering if he was close enough to the building, I could just literally book out, jump, go like I don't know if you guys played Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword onto like freaking like
and just down Philip. You go. Yes, you can. Because that would actually save him about 10 feet. Because he has to like up, over, down, and if you're going in and he's just going whoop to grab you, Adam, at the end of your turn, Cadel, you can definitely run towards the window. You feel again, it's a horrifying feeling of just pure trust of clink, 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 boom, as you jump out. And you're falling, and it's a half a second. Oh, what if he wasn't close enough? Philip grabs you. You guys are like, you see this creature rising into the sky, tentacles around, flailing every which way. At the end, that would make. Oh, actually, yeah, she would do. You watch as the creature is going up. Before she comes down, because Adam, you know, like on your turn, you can bonus action. As she is just flying skyward, you watch as starlight and mist seem to swirl around, and she disappears in the air.
Oh.
Okay. And so no body will fall, but we are out of initiative. Well done, all of you. Holy cow, that was cool. Well done. You are all flying. Where would you all like to go, shall I say?
He disappeared. Do we want to go back and investigate more?
Yeah, I would say, like, can we send some people to investigate, like, you know, like, hey, there's a star made out of blood on Cruella's, like,
yeah. If you want to try something, because yeah, you could just immediately like turn tail, she's gone, and quick try to ransack. You could go find someone to immediately like get a call to action. There's a lot you could do right now.
I do want to investigate this glass of blood that he has saved for later, but I do also want to maybe expose Cruella a little bit and like, hey, what's this demon circle doing in her penthouse?
Yes.
So,
But at the same time, we kind of broke it.
yeah, so that brings up some of the legality questions of what we did. We technically did not have a warrant. This was off of divine, not.
I guess I am the Oracle, and I could, go, hey, there's some stuff going on that
I would say
that was our
envisioned.
suspicion, and that was the reason why.
And this is like, Belle, because as funny as it sounds, we had a hunch will not hold up in a court of law, but it would hold up if you say, I am the Oracle. The downside, or I shouldn't say downside, the consequence to that action is you would officially be telling the world you are the Oracle. Because it has been kind of that like untold secret for a long time of like, yeah, you're the Oracle, but it helps when people don't know it's you. This would put you in a spot of, well, now everyone knows, but that would take immediate precedence to no judge or court of law would go, I'm sorry, you don't believe the lady that sees our future? Like, yeah, go for it. We'll give you a warrant. Like, so it's a give and take.
Mhm.
Can we say that the Oracle found out, but not say who the Oracle is? I mean, that's a bit of a stretch, but still.
Unfortunately, that would still cause a paper trail of, well, we have to know. Like, how did you get there? You were here. The Oracle is in the mountains. Like, there's questions that would be raised. And so it's like, you can't throw the word Oracle around without something eventually happening.
Yeah. So, do we want people knowing I'm the Oracle?
I think it would be good to it'd be very beneficial to have people not trust Cruella anymore, because it kind of feels like she can walk over everything.
That would be really beneficial.
It would.
And that would kind of that would get her more out in the open as well.
Which might help us in shutting down some of her operations and stuff.
Yeah.
Which could prevent some things that I've seen.
It could.
We could also start rumors, because we've seen how fast word can get around in Sumani City, and those kind of rumors, those kind of questions among the people. Like, hey, let's go investigate this. But then again, that might take too long.
Hey, did you guys see the giant flying demon octopus that flew out of Cruella's penthouse?
What? Oh my gosh, right? Yeah, like, it's a give and take. It's your choice.
Yeah. I guess downsides to the world knowing that you're the Oracle would might paint a bit of a target on your back for other people.
Mm-hmm.
But then again, like when Alshish was after you, he'd learned that you were the Oracle
Yeah.
before you even knew that you were.
And I think that there are some people that maybe we don't want to know I'm the Oracle who already know I'm the Oracle.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that Cruella, if she knows that you were cursed as a beast, she's got to know stuff about me
She might know that you're
too.
the Oracle.
There might be those untold secrets that are already told.
Yeah.
This just might be confirming them for
Better
some
from-
people.
Kind of the Hamilton better from my mouth than theirs, kind of, like.
Okay.
The Reynolds pamphlet slams down a dossier. Cruella is evil. Yeah, no. Yeah, you guys know you could immediately fly to the Council of Princess and basically summon the guard, because you don't know if Snow's back.
I might see if I can summon as many princesses as possible and call a council and get their help with this really quick.
Excellent.
And then-
Here's what I will say. As you guys, on a nat 20 luck check, you guys fly into the council chambers. You see, assembled before you is Snow White, Mulan, Pocahontas, Tiana, as well as, normally not seen, but in a giant crystalline bubble that kind of moves, Ariel as well, the Princess of the Seas. She doesn't normally make land appearances, but you know.
Kind of been a tsunami.
Yeah, like in a flood scenario, you're gonna call her in. All of them are here because you see Belle. Boom! The doors open before you, striding into the council chambers. All of the princess like look, turn, and Snow turns, sees you enter. Just, Belle, you're here. What's going on?
So we're kind of bloody and like been sorry, just to kind of like
That's why Snow's wondering what's happening, because Snow sees this. It's that like, what's happening?
What happened this time?
What happened? Yeah, seriously. So I'm just gonna start, all right, Snow, here's where we went. Did I tell the princesses who were there last time that I was the Oracle? I thought I did.
Yes,
Snow knows.
Snow knew, and
Snow
it was that like, we all trust each other, so we'll all say it in this closed group.
So I'm going to hi, Ariel. I don't know you. I'm the Oracle. Nice to meet you.
The woman in you don't hear much, as she is yet to cast a understand language on herself. She doesn't speak Common originally, but she comprehends it. It's not like, you see Snow just, yes, I'm sorry.
And I'm just gonna share the story. If I could like just boom Oracle and just like, here magic, here's what happened, like let me just show you my memories. I don't know if I can do that, but just like, here's what happened. Sure.
I'll say sure. Using minor illusion, cantrip magic, prestidigitation, like you can literally just like pull out of your mind what you need. You see Mulan and Pocahontas immediately are like weapons ready. They're like, let's go. Snow's actually the only one. She holds up her hand. She looks at you, Belle, just, are you sure about this? Because if I authorize the council to go now, you and I would have to go to have a press conference immediately for this to hold weight.
Yeah, for sure.
Here's what I will describe in montage-esque style. Adam and Cadel, you can even go with most of the council, like, and you see like Pocahontas kicks open the elevator doors to servants trying to scrub the blood off before you guys came back. Like the council immediately, like the apartment is ransacked, like immediate, like all the Sumani guard are taking inventory of like, this is now evidence, this is now thing. Actually, I'm gonna make a roll.
Little glass to kind of.
Yes, I can.
That will be processed into evidence. But Adam, it won't be too hard to get this back from evidence, as cutting in this montage, we see Snow and Belle standing in front of a called press. A lot of the Sumani Times, the Sun, like all these different newspapers and news stations, all getting, as Snow begins describing, just, we are enacting a raid on Cruella de Vil's home after an attack by her and her accomplices on our, friends. She kind of gestures to you, Belle, to then introduce yourself. She's not going to take that away from you. It's like, she kind of says, the floor is yours.
And I don't know, I guess I step out and just reveal myself as the Oracle, and these are the visions I've had about Cruella. I've had or just maybe not specifics, but there have been many visions about Cruella leading up to this invasion.
Yes.
Or this attack.
You see
Stuff needs to be done.
Snow taking this, she says, I also have witnessed these visions. This is true oracular proof that can be shown through other divinatory magic. As of right now, Cruella is now public enemy number 1. We are calling for her immediate arrest for questioning, as technically visions are great, but if she hasn't done anything, you can't like try her and arrest her. But it's still that an all points bulletin to be put out by not only I call for the city of Sumani, but I make gesture to King Arthur in Magentia, as this is a enemy to be known. We cut as we hear Snow doing this. Adam and Cadel helping in this like roundup because you don't know who's going to be there when you get back. But as the guard, the council princess, all of you helping gather evidence, taking things in, all of these bottles, or rather the majority of these bottles, are blood, is what you're finding. You actually also find, I might actually, yeah, let's throw the game board back on for a second. I'll show you guys like everything else. What you're realizing in this apartment, there is also an entire room, I'll use Adam's figurine, full of like corpses chained to the wall that Pocahontas finds using some of her Asmarian traits. Adam going through, there's this like grand room, kind of what you walk through, right? There's like statues. In this main room, you also find what seems to be like a treasure safe of just a ton of like gold, books, other like paraphernalia that seems to be important. Nothing crazy, but still like highly valuable. Excuse me, let me go down the layer so you can see it. Like all these like gold books, like stuff that probably shouldn't be, like contraband. You actually see below the stage is like manacles. Like this was not just for singing, this was for theater, shall we say. But that's the highest investigation of what you guys find in this apartment. As successfully able to get rid of what we know as Ursula, but Vanessa. Oh, excuse me, no, it's not going to be too hard. All it takes is, oh, this is who we found. Like, this is, you give a description, and from public record, Ursula, last known to be in league with Maleficent, one of these people 2 years ago that tried to apocalypse. This is a known enemy. All of this happening a lot. Adam, I will let you roll one last, or Adam and Cato, one last investigation, both of you, as helping go through. As I rolled really high for the guard, but you guys could also do a personal check.
That's an 18.
Okay. What'd you get, Cato?
Oh, sorry, 15.
15. Unfortunately, Cato, you don't find anything else. But again, Cato, it's that you're giving like witness points, like, hey, as an official bodyguard, you know, I among this elite group, this is what I know. Adam, in this room, you find the bed, everything, and in looking at the bed, you realize that it seems rather too unslept in. Adam, this is also that passive insight of your royalty. You know bedding and fashion. There's like, oh, keeping a well-kept home, and there is when you don't touch something. And so on this further investigation, you realize this bed looks like it has never been slept in. As you look, though, what catches your eye, something was here, because there is a centimeter inch, we'll say about an inch gap from the bed and the floor. Moving the bed to the side, what you realize underneath was a hole that is currently empty, but you would be foolish not to realize the dimensions are that perfectly of a coffin, but that it is not there. Moving back, we see Snow and Belle in this press conference. Snow then just says, at this point, I also now formally induct Queen Belle into the Council of Princess with all rights and responsibilities. We will be holding a vote, as well as a vote of the people later today, to officially announce this. Belle, as this happens, you get a sending that only you hear from Cruella, as she has addressed it from herself. The message says, "Quite some stunt you pulled. But we will see who is laughing last when I wear Adam's skin like a pashmina sweater." And that is where we are going to end today's session. Thank you all so much for playing. Thank you all those that watch this. I know this was a rather short episode, but we will see you all next time. Bye-bye.